Alrighty, good day to all you dudes and dudettes out there. My name is FOXSOL. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another conversation of topic right here on the channel. And today we're going to sit down really and have a conversation about the Eastern versus Western CC argument that has been plaguing the gacha space, and especially here around WutheringWaves in the last couple of weeks. Now, with this, I will say that I do honestly believe that this argument, in the grand scheme of everything, is, in all honesty, kind of stupid. Because in this day and age, what justifies good or bad content would be based on the selective choices of the targeted audience. So, if you care to go ahead and listen to this conversation, take a seat, relax, and let's dive into this together. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and talk about this whole argument that's been popping up lately about whether Eastern content creators are better than Western content creators. And this is applying mainly here in the gacha space, the gacha community. And honestly, I'll be honest here, this argument feels kind of dumb. Because at the end of the day, what makes good or bad content is totally subjective. And it depends on the audience and what they're into at the end of the day. So, breaking this down and to see how this even got started. First of all, I'm just going to say, welcome to WutheringWaves, or, excuse me, welcome to the gacha space, or like I like to call it, the drama zone here in the Western culture side of things. Because here, everything anyone can and will say will be twisted, weaponized, or blown out of proportion for someone else's gain. That's particularly what our content is mostly revolved around. And in this particular argument, which has kicked off because of something that Rexlent of WutheringWaves CC said in a private Discord conversation, that conversation somehow got out. People jumped on it, and boom, it snowballed into a massive topic. And suddenly a bunch of content creators were claiming that there's a bias, that Eastern content creators are supposedly, prejudiced against Western ones. But honestly, man, this is just another version of the same tired arguments that we see all the time. And I mean, all the time, like right here in the own gacha space. For example, it's like the people who say, Genshin Impact is the worst game ever versus WutheringWaves because it's so much better. I mean, at the end of the day, again, it's personal preference. People are going to like what they like. There is no right, there is no wrong opinion or answer, anything in that genre. It's about subjective preference. Because, I mean, here in the gacha space, when it comes down to content, I will say it like this. In my personal opinion, I think that most creators, whether they're Eastern or Western CCs, fall into really one of two main categories. Gameplay focused content, where in all honesty, these are people who are making guides, these are people doing calculations, gaming music videos. They're basically allowing the game that they're covering to be the primary focus of their content and allowing it as like more of an artistic expression to be the center of attention. And then you have the other side of the content that is widely spread, which is your drama content, where either people say something, people do something, companies, yada yada. There is an entertainment factor at, presenting a different image that may benefit someone in more of a monetization value from discussing the drama or personal conflicts, if you would. And really, that's it. And when you talk to people and you ask them how they feel about these categories, I've seen that, it possibly could depend a lot on cultural influences. Because, let me put it this way. I've talked to some friends in the last week, both my Asian, my American, my European, different friends that I have made online through the course of my many years. And from these conversations that I've had, especially when it comes down to my Asian friends, while they agree as well that there is no such thing as like quote unquote really bad Western generated content, they have presented to me, you know, there is a cultural bias, if you would, that we need to consider. Now, while in modern society, this isn't really practiced as heavily anymore and isn't as widespread as, you know, it used to be, it's still understood that in most Asian cultures, they believe in the concept of saving face. This is basically where they're maintaining their community's honor, if you would. And is the concept of, you know, because in the concept of openly discussing quote unquote drama, this in their culture would be seen more as a damage to their own reputation and collectively bring a bad image to their family, to their friend groups. And this is why they would often value, you know, with people to resolve the drama in a private setting to really avoid the public scrutiny. While on the other hand, when you look at, you know, us as the Western culture side of things, we believe in individualism and that it is a bigger deal, that we often see, you know, drama as a form of personal expression. And let's be real here, it's monetized hard, okay? Because drama here on the Western side sells, whether it's reality TV, social media, or if it's just clickbait headlines from your local news source. Western audiences are used to seeing drama as an entertainment source, and we have been conditioned by a lot of different media and influence to think that it's fun and engaging. Looking at this argument from, you know, some of the Eastern content creators' point of view, you know, what is quote unquote better content, I can understand in a lot of sense where they may be coming from, because with some of the Eastern content creators, they often focus more on gameplay or polished and more professional content, if you would, that typically takes more time to generate. And this content that they're generating also aligns with their own cultural values, staying professional, avoiding public messiness, and pretty much all that jazz. And so more from the Eastern viewpoint, they do probably tend to look at Western content creators who lean more into the drama side of things, more unrefined content. So if you want to look at it like that, I can still see, you know, there is still probably a pretty large mindset around Eastern content creators out there that is set around the idea of honor in their culture. And when they view, you know, the current content that's being produced by the Western CCs, they look at it in ways that are more uncivilized, more ways to monetize for a quick buck, if you would. But I will also say it like this. As someone who's grown up in the Western culture, I gotta say, drama is entertaining. It's engaging. It's messy. And yes, it's fun to watch. For a lot of us Western audiences out there, drama feels more exciting than straight up gaming content. It's not really better or worse. It's just, in my personal opinion, it's a different style altogether. Because we look at maybe, you know, gaming content to where every one of us is already going to experience that when we are playing and doing things. But, you know, getting someone's opinion about the latest and greatest drama, now that's entertainment. This whole debate isn't really, in my personal opinion, about which group of content is better, you know, which group of these content creators are better. It's about the cultural differences and the personal taste. Because if you're into clean, gameplay-focused content, then you're probably going to gravitate more to the Eastern content creators' style of gameplay. But if you love a good dose of drama, well, especially here in the gacha space, we do have a lot of Western content creators that they're probably more likely your jam. whether you enjoy content that's more gameplay focused, that's more drama focused, whoever you support as your content creators of choice that you vibe with, there's enough room in this entire community, in this entire gotcha space, that I do believe, you know, we all shine in some way, shape, form. So let's just go ahead and wrap this video up. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you don't mind, put down in the comments down below, what is your thoughts? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there who's going to be watching this video has already watched a lot of stuff that's been going on. What is your thoughts around the Eastern, you know, CCs versus the Western CC movement here? Do you agree with me? Do you think this is kind of childish and kind of dumb? That, you know, in all honesty, content is content, whether it's gameplay focus or drama, it's again just a selective choice. Or do you have more deeper and bigger thoughts around it? If so, leave all that down in the comments below. I would love to read that feedback and understand what your guys' mentality around that is. And like always, guys, consider giving the channel a subscribe, consider liking the video, consider hitting that bell notification, all that good stuff. And like always, keep it classy, keep it jazzy, always keep it real. And I will go ahead and try to catch you in the next video. So, peace.